Hey, hey, just like that, we're
Right.
on. It's
Hey,
live
we're on. Are we
with,
live?
with no warning whatsoever. And look at that. Bruce is already in our chat.
I know he gave us a warning and
He
everything. That
gave us,
freaky Bruce
so
guy.
apparently, Bruce, how did you know? Because we haven't been live, right, for the last 5 minutes as Richard and I have been screwing around. Hopefully not. But we saw this comment from Bruce right away saying freaky Bruce guy is watching, which we appreciate that. See, there it is. Freaky Bruce guy is watching. Thank you. So it's great. And it is so hard building a multimedia empire. I just want to throw that
It
out.
is. It really is. You know, you got a lot going on, Jeremy.
Well,
You got a
I
lot
don't mean
going on.
just me. I mean, Rich and I, we have full-time lives, right? And so
Laziness plays a part in mine.
well,
all
there
the
is
time.
well, there's
all the
lazy,
time.
of course.
Big part, you know. Plus, I'm old and broke.
I mean, we don't. Truth is good, but we don't have to be too truthful, Rich. You don't have to be too truthful. But
are you scared of the truth?
So
you can't handle the truth.
And we've talked about this a lot. I have Rich and I. Okay, more information than everyone. Rich and I worked for the same company for a lot of years. We worked together a lot. Mm. Rich, there was a big downsizing, and unfortunately, Rich was part of that. It's been how long has that been now?
Shoot, it's going 10 months, man.
10 months ago.
Yep.
Now, I still work with that company, and to be honest, I have a good job. Rich had a good job. It was a great job. And I've been on that end of it too, where I'm the one that gets let go.
Yeah, and the job market today is just terrible. Terrible, though.
And you
especially
know
the remote job.
Yes, and let's be honest. I don't want to sound like a whiner. If you're in your 50s,
yes,
it's hard to get a job.
Well, that's been my problem. I mean, they straight up admitted to me. So everybody out there in the world, you probably may have ran into this if you've been laid off. But I had a second interview and a third interview. So then they actually told me I'm too overqualified.
Yeah.
Too overqualified. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm working at a lower job. I got it, but I'm too overqualified. And then he said, well, you're so overqualified. You're just going to leave in 3 weeks. They assume all that. But then somebody told me that they want to pay this person a entry-level salary, even if the 50-year-olds get the entry-level salary. So that's why they skip over them, or they're going to retire soon. You know, and that's what I'm running into. And that was a local job. So I got denied out of a local job. Well, they didn't even call me back. Let's just say that. So that's always a great thing. But yeah, it's been pretty rough. It's rough out there, guys.
And so this, I didn't want this call to be about this, but I'll just bring it up. So
that's all good, man.
So I just turned 58, right? I'm a little older than Rich. Rich is younger and better looking, but that's the way it goes.
So you say.
So I'm 58. Okay. And I told my wife, and she kind of freaked out when I told her. I said, you know what? I'm gonna retire at 62. She's like, what? I said, yeah.
That's Social Security age, right?
It is. Yes. And here's the thing, and here's what we're told, right? Sorry, we've all of a sudden become a financial planning show. Every financial planner guy I've seen, not just I say guy collectively, guy and gal that I've heard talking about it, it would take you to you get more if you wait till you're 67, right? Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So substantially more. You get quite a bit more. You get less a month of Social Security if you retire at 62. However, to make up for the difference, right? If I waited that 5 extra years, I would be like 90 or into my 90s until it catches up.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, when do most guys croak?
Yeah, in their
70s.
Lately, 50s, 60s, 70s.
So,
I mean,
so the thing is, financial planners say you start getting that money as early as you can. Now, here's the little caveat. Now, if you really need that money to live on, and if you can continue to work, it probably makes sense to keep working.
100%.
But But you know, if you don't necessarily need that Social Security to live on, so like again, more information. Rich you're retired, right? You're a
Yes, I'm retired military.
veteran.
I've been blessed with
So
a great pension.
in Rich's case, so like if he starts taking Social Security at 62, he could literally roll all of that Social Security into an investment.
Right. Totally.
And that's the ultimate position. If you're waiting till you're 67 to do that, you're losing a ton of money.
You really are. And especially what you do. That's why I've been ingraining it in my kids' lives, is to pay into a 401k no matter what it is. Just that way you can't touch it. And look, I put, what was here's more information, financial planning. But I was putting, because of my pension, 27% of my paychecks into my 401k for 8 years. So it was a nice chunk of change, which got me, you know, out of debt so I could live like I'm doing now and not worry and stress about the job market or all that stuff. Is, hey, I'm just going to go back to school and finish my degree, and the military is going to luckily pay for it. So, you know, just figuring stuff out, just kind of, but yeah, 67, them raising that to 67 was the worst. That's
and here's the thing for youngsters. I'll really sound like an old fossil when I say this. I've got 2 boys that are entering the job market. You know, one is 19, one is 17. And if you start at the age of 20, this is some Dave Ramsey wisdom. If you start at the age of 20, putting $200 away, just saving it, not doing anything fancy, putting it in just your basic index fund, nothing fancy. You just start putting it away. By the time you're 60, you'll have like $2.6 million. Okay.
That's right.
That's $200 a month. And so I pound that into my boys. Sign up early, just get it automatically taken out of your account, put it into, whether it's a 401k or any kind of account,
anything.
Leave it alone, because it's the power of compounding interest over time. It builds, and that's what. And how did what are we talking about?
Last example. Okay. Last example, people. I just pulled out $5,000 out of my 401k. I had to roll it over, right? So I pulled out $5,000. I've already made it back. Wow. I've already made it back.
Yeah.
It was like free money. Well, not free money, but you know what I'm saying. So invest, people. Now, what the heck are we talking about? We are going to a concert, Jeremy.
Well,
first to a concert.
First thing.
Oh yeah.
Before we do that, okay, shameless plug. Now, the whole reason I started this, Rich, was to say this. Since Rich has been, I'll say the U word, unemployed, right? Doesn't mean he hasn't been working. Just meaning he's unemployed.
I work more now than I did.
Well, one of the things that Rich has started doing, he's done this in the past, right? He's making t-shirts.
Making t-shirts, guys.
And guys,
making t-shirts, quality.
These t-shirts, these t-shirts are quality. What are we selling them for? $13.
Is it 13? No, 15. $15.
Is it $15?
Yeah, I think it was $15. Yeah. We're doing
whatever. It's 13 or $15. Either way, it's a steal. And this is not Chinese sweatshop. This is North Idaho sweatshop.
It sure is. North Idaho sweating. And I was sweating in there because it's been 90 degrees.
And he's the only employee. And you don't have to worry about an 8-year-old kid who's having to make these t-shirts. It's all Rich. Okay.
This is USA made.
USA made in the USA.
Made in the USA. Great. We got the concert jersey ink. We got the soft style.
And these are, yes, that's what I was going to say. These are nice shirts. They're not the ones that you wash and the threads start coming out and then the logo washed. This has been washed probably 5 times.
Yep. And yeah. Mine's going on 12. I wear this all the time. And this, I keep checking the ink. I'm doing it just to test the ink to see when it's going to start cracking. And it hasn't cracked. The shirt hasn't shrunk. It stayed solid. It's a great shirt.
So here's what one of us needs to do. I should have been ready with this. I will post the link right up on the screen here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Go to classicguitarrock.net. Classicguitarrock.net. Let me put the banner up here. Hang on here. I gotta find it. Classic Guitar Rock. Let's see. Hang on. This is interesting. I'm just gonna update this. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put a post up here right now. Just go to classicguitarrock.net. Of course, you can link on the podcast, the radio, but also you can buy the shirt right there. Click on the upper right. There's the little lines at the upper right. You click right on that. There's a drop down that says T-shirt. You can buy the T-shirt right there. And
it's funded through Etsy, and I'll get it to you the next day. I'm shipping and receiving, so
right
I'm shipping it within an hour of the order.
Yeah. But anyways, we're making maybe $1 a piece off. We aren't making money, right?
That's right. This is all going back into the station.
Totally.
Just like we said, we're getting, because we want to talk about it, the 90s thing, because that's something.
Oh, yes.
That's how it's going back into the station.
Totally. Absolutely. Let me hang on here. Let me get back to where I see the chat here. And by the way, Bruce is already in here. Any of you that are watching, chime in. We'd love to hear from you. What I would love to hear, this is to really put the screws to people. Chime in and tell us, hey, I want to buy a shirt. It makes us feel good.
Yeah.
Even if you're lying, just go in and tell us you're going to buy a shirt.
They look great. The pictures are great. The shirts look quality. Anything. We're good.
Okay. So, and when I said, Rich, let's have a call, this is the way I operate. Rich, let's have a call. And then I say, Rich, you're in charge of it. Okay. So that's perfect. So I'm all yours.
With the punches.
What do we want to talk about here?
So, we can talk about, we said we're going to a concert. So Jeremy called me up the other day.
Yep.
And I'm the concert guy. Just let you know. I tell Jeremy, hey man, Styx are coming.
Yeah.
You're going to go. If you need a partner, I'm coming with you.
Perfect.
Well, he called me and said, hey, do you want to go see Jeff Tate? Yes, I sure do. We jumped on and got tickets in the seventh row, and it was
good.
We're kind of on the side, but it's the pavilion at a place called Northern Quest Casino here in Spokane, and it has a great venue called the Podium inside, and they have an outdoor amphitheater too.
Yeah,
awesome venue. But we're going to be pretty close, and the sound system I heard in there is really good.
I've never been to a show inside. All I've done out there is outdoor. So I'm looking forward to doing it at the Podium. That'll be awesome.
Check this out. I had tickets to the Podium to go see guess who? Queensryche.
No
and
way.
I soloed. Yes. I gave my tickets to my cousin because we couldn't make it. So I haven't seen a show there either, but I've seen inside of it. But that's kind of funny. But I'm excited because Jeff Tate is playing all of Operation Mindcrime.
And how ironic is that the last one you were going to see was Queensryche. So those that aren't familiar with the drama, obviously Jeff Tate was the lead singer in Queensryche. When did he leave? When did they split up?
He left in 2012.
It wasn't
2006.
Wasn't a nice breakup. It wasn't a nice breakup. There was a lot of acrimony. And so Queensryche has continued with another singer. The only original member is Wilton, right?
Wilton, yep, Brian Wilton,
and the bass player, right? I think those two are two of the originals. I don't remember his name. Wilton and Eddie Jackson, something like that.
Something like that.
So, anyways, those were Rockenfield was the drummer.
Yeah, but he left. He left recently, like a couple years ago.
A few years ago. Yeah, he was in there a little longer. And of course, DeGarmo hasn't been in the band forever.
Ages.
So Queensryche has continued. And the new lead singer, I got to say, he does a great job.
He's good.
Pretty dang good.
He's good.
And then Jeff Tate has gone with his own. He's doing Mindcrime live. Queensryche, well, you'll have to get us up to speed. They did a Mindcrime 2 when? 2006?
2006, Mindcrime 2. Now, I was excited because, as everybody knows, Mindcrime is one of the best albums of the 80s. I mean, it is just a solid album, great catchy hooks, everything. Mm-hmm. So Operation Mindcrime 2 is coming out, and I go and buy it, and it was the ultimate flop. I mean, it was okay, don't get me wrong, but boy, was it a flop. It was bad. And I was so bummed out that really was what pushed me away from Queensryche. I stopped kind of listening to them after that because they had another one that called American Soldier that came out. Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that one was terrible too. I bought that because, of course, the Army, I'm retired Army. So I'm like, oh, yeah, American Soldier. That one was kind of, I think that was their last album, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bad. But here's the good news, guys. From what Jeff Tate has said in the news, he's working on Operation Mindcrime 3. Wow. And he said it's done. It's mixed. He's figuring out when he's going to release it. But he said everyone's going to love it. It's really heavy. It has a lot of catchy hooks in it. And it's like old school Queensryche. That's what he says. It says it's going to be a great one. So I'm really excited about it.
That'll be awesome. And here's the thing, comic book reference, right? For comic book nerds. I think I'm maybe more of a comic book nerd than you are, Rich, but you're kind of a comic book nerd.
Kind of. So depends on who you're talking about.
So Batman, okay? If you're a fan of Batman, you had to read both Batman and Detective Comics, right? So where I'm going with this is now you're a Queensryche fan. So if you like the new incarnation of Queensryche, that's cool. But if you want to check out Mindcrime 3, that's a Jeff Tate project, right? So, so it's like
that was like the battle for Queensryche. Remember that? The battle for the name?
Yeah.
I remember that.
There was a lot of
battles. Yeah, a lot of legal battles on that. And finally the band won over Jeff. And that's what really sent him over the edge.
Yeah.
And he released a few albums. I mean, I love Jeff Tate's voice. I know he's not the
great singer.
He's a great singer. I just like his voice. I've always loved his voice ever since, like your story. Have you told everyone your story about the first time when you saw
Queensryche? Well, let me tell you really fast. Okay. So
you got to tell that story.
1983, Lloyd Noble Arena in Norman, Oklahoma. I am going to see, how's this for a show? Headliner, Quiet Riot. Before them, opening for them was, I didn't even know it was a 3-band bill. I knew it was Motley Crue opening for Quiet Riot.
Wow.
And then opening before that, we got another band tonight. This band comes out, Queensryche. And I'm like, what did they say? Queensryche? Never heard of him. This guy comes out. He's skinny. He's got like a tank top on. He's got these funky German military pants on, where they're all puffy, on the thighs. He's got big boots on, and he comes marching out, and his hair's all spiky, and he starts ripping into this song, Queen of the Ride. We're like, whoa. It was like, whoa. What was that?
Yes.
The next day, I went out and found the EP, the Queensryche EP, and I was blasting that for months. Yeah.
Did you see them for the rest of the time? Did you see them on The Warning?
Nope.
Did you see them on Rage for Order? That was the only
time I saw them was 1983 as first on the bill. Never heard of them when I saw them.
Let's see how good you are, Jeremy, with this classic rock business. All right.
See.
We'll see if the audience knows this too. So I saw Queensryche on the Rage for Order tour. That's what really solidified Queensryche for me. I loved. Not many people. Well, people like it. A couple songs on it.
It's not one of their. Yeah, it's not held up as their best album.
Right, and I get it, but man, is it good? Yes. Yeah. I went and saw them at the California Theater in San Diego, California, and one band opened for them. Now, this band did a cover tune. Hold on, I got to sing the song in my head.
Rich is singing a song.
It's called Tears of Fire. Okay, and then there's a cover tune they did of not These Boots. It's one of those types, These Boots, but it's not These Boots. Man, I just say his first name was Ron. The singer's name was Ron.
Okay.
His last name was the band's name.
Oh, I know exactly who it is.
Who is it?
It's Keel.
It is Keel, The Final Frontier. Look at you. Yes. Classic rock. That's why we are chilling together on this radio.
And so, let's take you back.
Okay.
Before Keel, Ron was in a band with a very famous guitar player.
I know this, but I forgot.
This was where he got his start in the U.S. First stop was with the band with Ron Keel, before he went on to bigger, better things, and then eventually became a
conundrum. You know what? You stumped me. I know it, and I've heard the story, but
Yngwie J. Malmsteen.
That's right.
Was
That's right.
Steeler,
Yes.
I think.
Yes,
Steeler.
Yes. I remember that. Oh my God. So Ron Keel, you know about all that drama. That's worse drama than Queensryche. Keel, and so when I played Tears of Fire on the Classic Metal Vault book, and I had to go in and find this thing, Tears of Fire from Keel of the Final Frontier album. Now, luckily, I had it on an MP3 because I bought the album. I still have the LP sitting next door here, but I went in deep, some crazy website. I don't even know what it was, and I bought it and listened to it. It was awesome. But yeah, he goes under Ron Keel now. I think his band's name is Ron Keel.
Well, isn't he like country now?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really keep up with him. I just saw that he's doing, he still had, I guess he had a cowboy hat and a black leather jacket with the frills on it.
So there was the back of Guitar Player magazine, the player spotlight, Guitar Player, Guitar World. It was Mike Varney. Mike Varney had Shrapnel Records. And the thing is, you would send in the early 80s, right? Guys would be sending in their picture and a demo tape to Mike Varney. And Mike Varney had this Shrapnel Records. And so he discovered people like Paul Gilbert, Marty Friedman, I think, maybe. All kinds of people.
That's a score right there.
Yeah. Greg Howe, all kinds of shredders, right? They all came through the Mike Varney camp, and Yngwie was one of those. And he brings Yngwie over, sticks him with Ron Keel, kind of this, kind of fusion. He'd just build these bands. He'd just make these bands. He'd find great players and just say, hey, Paul Gilbert, you're gonna play with Jason Becker, not Jason Becker. I don't remember who it was that Paul Gilbert played with, but he played with someone else, right?
Wow.
And they cacophony, let's start this band or whatever. And so many guys started out on that Shrapnel label because of Mike Varney.
I remember Shrapnel.
And then they'd branch out. Yngwie then, he left and was in Alcatraz, and then he went solo. It's a whole, but that's a whole backstory in itself.
I've heard the story. I didn't know the band name though. I remember reading it in a Circus magazine, I think back in the day.
Yeah. And Gripper, hi Gripper, by the way, he says, I saw Queensryche in England at a Monsters of Rock show. Awesome.
Were they good, Gripper? Were they good? They had to be good. That had to be like Empire, right? Empire time frame?
I'm guessing it's probably around that. Was that like late 80s, 90? Empire.
Yeah, that was like 88, 89. Yeah. 89, I think was Empire.
Wow. So that's good, good stuff.
That's good.
Here's the thing about Queensryche. Sorry, and I didn't mean to get so off track here, but that's what I do. And Bruce says, I saw Queensryche in Atlanta, October of 88.
Did you see them open from Metallica, Bruce? Or were they solo by then? Because I saw them in 88 open for Metallica.
Wow.
And I had front row. That was the front row that cost me $100.
Oh,
$100 in 88 front row.
And Gripper says they weren't that great.
Oh, man, really?
Interesting.
Oh, that stinks.
So here's the thing about Queensryche, okay? Queensryche were a bunch of guys in Bellevue, and Bruce says they were the headliner.
Yeah, the headliners. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were opening from Metallica, Operation Mindcrime.
Queensryche, they grew up in Bellevue. For those that don't know, and I lived in Bellevue for a while, Bellevue is a suburb of Seattle, upper class suburb. Yeah. So these guys were definitely not, poor kids growing up or anything. Most of them worked at a music store. And they had access to a recording studio, and basically they made a slick demo. Queensryche never played in clubs.
Didn't know that.
So there's I don't know if disrespect is the term, but think about the Seattle scene especially later. They were a little before the whole Seattle scene took off,
Yeah, the
but they
grunge.
overlapped with it. They knew some of the guys knew them. So Queensryche never played in clubs. They had such a good demo that the record companies signed them. EMI signed them, puts them on
Good
tour,
demo.
buys them a fancy bus.
Yeah.
And Dee Snider tells an awesome story. Think of the time, guys. Think of the time. 83, 84. Twisted Sister's pretty popular, right? We're gonna take their tour.
Huge.
Their tour.
Their power. Their power,
Yes.
like you were talking about. Power.
And guess what? Queensryche is opening for them. Okay.
Wow.
Twisted
Nice.
Sister is still driving like VW vans and rental trucks. And here's Queensryche in their fancy tour bus, getting all this support from their label that Twisted Sister, even though Twisted Sister was headline. But here's what Dee said. He said those guys were so cool. They would let one of us guys travel with them and sleep in their bus every night.
That's
One or
cool.
two of us, because in that freed up room in their crappy little van, they weren't all so cramped. So half of them would be riding in the bus with Queensryche. And they were the open van.
Gripper says they didn't earn their stripes.
Totally. That's what people would say. Queensryche didn't earn their stripes. And so I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong. That EP was awesome. The Warning, their first full-length album.
Great. Take Hold of the Flame. Come on, that's power. That's power.
Dude.
Take Hold of the Flame. Are you kidding? And then Rage for Order. Come on, man. You Walk in the Shadows. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Walk in the Shadows.
I've never owned Rage for Order. I don't know that I've heard the whole album. I have to go listen, but I've got
the Whisper.
I've got The Warning. I've got Mind Crime. I never bought Rage for Order. So I'll go
Did
back.
you get Empire?
I don't even have Empire,
I
which
don't
is
either.
silly.
My wife does. My wife has Empire on cassette
But-
tape.
Anyways, November 20th, Rich and I going to see Jeff Tate.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to that, man. And I'm looking forward to Operation Mindcrime 3 is supposed to be out in the December timeframe. So keep your eyes peeled for that one too. I get from how he's talking it up, you know what? It could be a flop, who knows? But he says it's really for Jeff. Usually Jeff's pretty honest with his reviews of his own stuff. He always said, it's kind of a mellower album or this, and he said it is heavy. He said it is heavy and it's catchy and it's good. And he said, all you guys are gonna love it. You guys are going to love it. So I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm excited about?
What's that?
Sirius XM launching.
I know. I knew this was coming.
Maximum Metallica at the end of the month.
Metallica channel is coming up.
I cannot wait for that. They're going to be playing the live show that I signed up and I'm not going to win to go see. But they have a show on August 28th out there in the Hamptons. Hamptons. But they're going to play it the next day, the 20th, or I think they launched it on the 31st. So they're going to play it, or the 30th. I can't remember.
So 30th of this month it launches?
Of August, yeah.
Okay.
At the end of this month, they launched and they're going to have the free concert on there, but they're going to be, now, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be always on the station unless it's like a Boneyard, Ozzy's Boneyard.
Right.
Because Ozzy's Boneyard plays everybody. Ozzy, of course, but everybody. If they're just playing Metallica, that would get old, man. I don't want to burn out on them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is interesting. I assumed, what's it called? Maximum
Metallica.
I'm assuming that's all they'd play. But you're saying you think they'll probably play some of their bands they like.
I hope.
Okay.
I hope. Because they have had the station out before, but it's called Mandatory Metallica. And they come out like Sirius XM has, the Grateful Dead channel, Bryan Adams channel, whatever the case, Bon Jovi channel. Mandatory Metallica was one of those 2-month channels.
Okay.
And they just played, all they played was Metallica and live stuff, which was cool for the first week or so.
Yeah.
Got to just get away. You're like, oh, it just keeps going and going. And you're like, okay, I love Metallica. Don't get me wrong. They're my favorite band, as everybody knows. But hey, you got to step away sometimes.
Yeah. I'm sure there's isn't there like a Led Zeppelin only channel and a Beatles only? I'm pretty sure there.
I don't know. I'd have to check it out. Probably.
But that's interesting.
Probably.
And
they change all the time though. Sirius changes it all the time. What could be the Grateful Dead channel, could be Prince channel the next month. or it could be Bon Jovi channel the next month. They use a certain block of channels to do those. What you're talking about, like Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin needs their own channel, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think to capture all that genre at those years, that would be a cool channel to have.
Yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
Boneyard. I love the Boneyard. The Boneyard's great. It's like classic rock central. And if you have Sirius XM, check out Hard Attack. That is all classic rock.
Hard Attack.
Hard Attack. Like heavy. It's like classic metal from the vault, you know. Okay. It's all classic metal but they play 90s too. They play 90s.
Well, that's our okay. So that's
our next discussion.
Okay, so this let me intro this a little bit. Okay,
yeah, break it down, Jeremy.
Let me break it down.
Good job.
I'm multitasking for a second. Okay, guitar rock.net. Okay, I'm putting a new shameless plug. Purchase your Classic Guitar Rock t-shirt at classicguitarrock.net. You go there and it'll link you right to the Etsy site where you can buy it. And it's either a whole
box of them.
It's either 13 or $15. It's 13 or 15. I don't.
I'll tell you right now.
Okay,
maybe
it's either 13.
I might.
Let's tell everyone it's 15, and then if they go and it's 13, they'll be
15.
Prize. Okay, $15.
I'm pretty sure
it's only $15 for a great t-shirt. Just go to classicguitarrock.net. Come into the chat. $15. Come into the chat. Tell us you're going to buy one, even if you're not. It'll make us feel good. Okay, so here's the deal. I have always been like the old man standing in the middle of his yard yelling, "Stay off my lawn." Okay. I'm just being honest here. I don't know what it was about the 90s. I was young enough, obviously, to be into the music of the 90s. I just wasn't. You know, I worked
something, Jeremy. In the 90s, that was like our prime times in life. Think about that.
We were starting families. We were super busy. Totally. I got married in 91, right? So had my first child in 93. I was working at an oldies radio station. So I'm literally playing 50s, 60s, and 70s. I mean, that was my job. Yeah. Yep. So my exposure to 90s music was very scattered, right? And I still to this day, I'll hear a tune. I have no idea who it is or what it's called. So I have to ask Rich, what's that song that goes, no, no, no? He go, oh, that's
now. The only reason I know 90s rock and metal, because I always had it on in the car, and we had like those channels that played everything 90s. You remember those channels, the radio stations? It was like Kiss FM or something like that, whatever. It always played like the top songs, whatever. Right. So we'd always play it when we were driving around. But I joined the Army in 93 and never looked back. And I was 93 to 99. I was all over the place in the Army. I wasn't going to concerts and all that stuff. But hey, Gripper said he'll buy one.
He says he'll buy one. Now,
hey, Gripper,
he might be lying to us, but that's okay.
That's okay. I'll tell you what, I'll make it even sweeter. If you send us a picture of you wearing it, I will put it on the Etsy site. Just Absolutely. Like when you see the shirts,
our friend Will.
Jeremy is the first one. I made him the primary one because that picture of you on the dirt road, doing your pose, sexy, so sexy. It's so sexy. And then, we have other customers that have bought it, so I put, one sent a picture.
How's that?
Put it on there.
I love that.
I'll put it right on there, man.
If you buy it, your picture is going on the ad. That's perfect. I love that. Okay.
And you see what Bruce said right here? Check out what
Bruce says. Classic rock is testosterone based. All alt rock is boy band stuff. Okay. Here's the deal. And I'm just being honest. I kind of feel like Bruce does. Okay. I'm just saying. But here's the conversation that Rich and I had yesterday. And guys, 1990 was 35 years ago.
Yep.
Right. So 1999 is what? 24 years ago or 26 years, whatever it is.
Yep. So the classic genre.
Yeah.
95 is
rock. Is that the cutoff? Is 95?
30 years. Classic is
Okay.
30 years supposedly.
So
So
okay, we're planning this. Gripper says, but is it? No, it's not free. It's $15.
$15.
Come on, Gripper. Does that include shipping, Rich? Or is shipping
no.
extra? Okay, all right.
No.
I'm just asking. So
No, it does not include shipping.
It's going to cost a little to ship it to. So yeah,
a couple bucks.
it's not free. Okay, and then and then Gripper says, okay, thanks for making me old. You are old. We're all old. Yes,
We're all old, man.
We can't
I
lie
have
to
to
you.
deal with it every day.
That's right. We're not going to lie to you here. We'll give you the hard truth. You're old. Okay.
Hard truth. We're classic rock guys.
But
Hey,
I have been the old grumpy guy that has pushed back saying Pearl Jam is not classic rock. Nirvana is not classic rock.
He has.
I know
witnessed.
because Rich is
Yeah.
he's like, should we be? No, we're not going to
No
play.
90s metal. No
not-
classic rock from
We're
the
not
90s.
going to play that new 90s.
No soup for you. No
Yeah.
soup for you.
We're not going to play that new 90s stuff. But I'm finally like, dude, I gotta let
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So here's
what we'll promise.
okay. Let's
here's
hear.
what we'll
Let's
promise.
see if you
So
promise.
I'm going
was-
to search for 100 classic rock songs from the 90s
Okay.
popular in power. That is my search.
Okay.
And I will filter. Yes, there will be some alt rock on there, but look at how many albums came out in the 90s. No More Tears.
True.
That's one right there. I mean,
Now, okay. So full disclosure, we do play a few 90s tunes. Like we play some stuff from No More Tears. That's in our regular rotation. But what we have not had, this is behind the scenes stuff. We have categories, right? And we have the way we break it down, we have like 3 80s categories, 3 70s categories, 1 60s. So basically once an hour you hear a 60s tune.
Yep.
And then you've got, a couple times an hour you're going to hear, well, probably 3 or 4 times an hour a 70s tune, 3 or 4 times an hour an 80s tune. Well, more than that, right? But because it's mostly 70s and 80s. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a 90s category to begin with. And we're going to move in slow to Rich's point. And here's what I asked Rich to do. Rich, come up with 100 must listen to 90s classic rock tunes. And I've left it at that because Rich knows way more about 90s than I do. So I'm assuming there's going to be some Nirvana. There's going to be some Pearl Jam.
Mhm.
There's going to be some Collective Soul. Okay, Collective
plus
Soul.
some of our old classics. I mean, Judas Priest.
They had 90.
Painkiller.
Painkiller.
Painkiller was in the 90s. All of that. I mean, think about it. There was all of our old bands we know and love. They made it through the 90s somehow. They made it.
Yeah.
They did.
Gripper says I'm the English version of you guys. Okay. So,
Yeah,
hey,
I know. It's all.
Yeah. It's perfect. And Bruce, Collective Soul they had some great tunes. I loved Collective Soul.
Who are we talking about? Now, this is funny. So I'm a metalhead, as you guys know, but I love classic rock. But I loved one rock song that we were talking about yesterday. It had a video with a little girl in the bee outfit.
Who remembers that song?
Who remembers that? The little blind melon. Remember that?
Blind Melon.
Or blind melon. All I can say is that my life.
And we're easing into it, right? It'll only be like one song an hour to begin with.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins.
There you go.
1979. That's a great tune. It really is.
Look, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. That's a great song.
So, I'm acting like I know what you're talking about.
I would know
that. Well, that's the thing.
Right on my radar, still just a rat in the cage.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's heard
but that's the thing. I'm forever hearing song. Rich will mention the song, and I have no idea what that's. And then I hear it, and I've heard that a jillion times. But we are going to crack the ice a little bit on 90s tunes. So we'll start playing some of that.
So for a little spot for the Classic Metal Vault tonight, it's funny we were talking about this because I told Jeremy, listen to the vault, the opening of it anyway, because I'm cracking the vault too with 90s music. I've added some 90s stuff into the vault. like
Okay.
Pantera. We got a little bit of Alice in Chains. You know, a little bit of Disturbed, System of a Down, stuff like that. That's some '90s metal that, yeah.
Gripper says, can I say? It's okay. You can absolutely say
All right,
that.
you sure
But-
can.
But
We
that,
all hate some stuff.
yeah, totally. But I can say 1979 is a total earworm for me. In fact, funny story. I would hear this song. I mean, I would hear it. I'm on an airplane about to fly, and they're playing it in the background. I'd hear it a bumper music on a radio show, and I had no idea who it was. But for like 5 years, this song was stuck in my head, and I'm like, how can I find out what song it was? And one night in 2000, this is how out of it I was. One night in 2013, I'm listening to Coast AM. Anyone ever listen to that? Art Bell, George Norrie, where they talk about UFOs. It's on at night. It's called,
I didn't hear that one. No, I don't know that one.
they play music in and out of the songs. So I hear that song, and that's that song that's been stuck in my head for 10 years. So I actually go to their website, because I knew on their website they would list the bumper music artists. And I looked it up, and it was Smashing Pumpkins. And I'm like, how did I not know that? How did I miss that song? And I'm not a Smashing Pumpkins fan. Don't own a single album, but that song, for whatever reason, is just a haunting. It's an earworm. It gets stuck in your head, and it won't go away. And so, we need to add that song for sure.
I mean, there's like 3 Smashing Pumpkins songs that I really like. The rest can blow it. Yeah, Gripper, I agree. I mean, a lot of songs I'm just like, but Cherub Rock, the Bullet with Butterfly Wings, and 1979. Those are the 3 big ones, that I love from the Smashing Pumpkins.
So you'll be
even that Tonight song sucks. I mean, it's like, man.
Yeah. So how soon will we? I'm putting all the pressure
this week. This week.
Okay. Awesome. So we'll
week.
start plans. You'll hear some 90s. I remember the name Doro Pesh.
Yes. We are all we need. Warlock. Of course.
Is that who that is?
That
Really?
is Doro.
See, I've heard that.
I play that on the vault all the time, Gripper.
Whoa. Okay. Well, see, learn
Doro
something.
Pesh. I used to have her poster on my wall, man.
I can see her. Yeah, I can see her now. Okay, so what else? You had a few other items, I thought.
What's going on with all the metal deaths lately?
Oh,
I mean, we got Ozzy, of course. We talked about that. We talked about the show, but then we didn't have another combo. Now, I did a whole classic metal vault dedicated to Ozzy and Black Sabbath. I mean, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt. Listening to Jose on Sirius XM do a tribute on Ozzy's Boneyard had, I think, all of the world in tears, man. It was brutal. I had to turn it off. I was like, nope. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Chill guy, thanks for joining us. We will rock you.
Lil Queen.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
Thank you for
so we got Ozzy passed, so we're gonna go past that because that's world news. Everybody knows about Ozzy. But did everybody know that the original singer for Iron Maiden passed away? Paul Day. I didn't know this.
Not Paul Diano.
Not Paul Diano.
Paul
Day. And this was Steve Harris's pick. And he was the one who was with Steve Harris singing with the band at first. And they let him go, and then they made Iron Maiden. But Paul Day. And then, of course, everyone, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Junkyard. The singer for Junkyard died. And I heard they had one album, I think, one song, maybe.
And here's the thing. Okay. I can speak for me. I always forget, because I'm so young and good looking, I always forget how old I actually am.
Amen.
So when you see a singer from some band from back in the hair metal days was like 5 years older than you, and then you realize, that guy's 75 years old now, or whatever. We're all getting old, man.
So who's mother out there? You're sitting there at the family living room watching old sitcoms back in the 70s. He said, Gripper said, no, you don't. But you watch it back in oh my God, that's fun. But yeah, and then it would come on the news. Jose Tarkentong passed away today, and my mom and dad would be like, "Oh man, can't believe it! They're all passing away." So, you know what? Who the heck is that you talking about? Now the tide has flipped. The tables have turned. Now it's like Ozzy died. Oh, and then this guy died. Oh my gosh, Hulk Hogan. What? I watched him when I was a teenager. I loved Hulk Hogan.
And now these guys that were so young and they're old now. It's always you have to deal with your mortality. Bruce says, I have a younger brother that was almost signed to death metal act as Cerebral.
Oh, now we're talking about. I know Cerebral Hemorrhage. I've heard of them. And
he hung with people like
Gwar,
Disturbed, and I've heard of Gwar. One of the coolest things to do is go watch Gwar.
Gwar is coming to Spokane.
Oh wow,
they're coming to Spokane.
They've been here before, I know. Wow,
yeah, they're coming to the knit. So the knitting factory.
They have, they'll have a guy come out and chop his head off and blood squirts all over.
Yeah. But yeah, I was a big death metal guy back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I love Death. I love Cannibal Corpse. I loved 6 Feet Under. That's the singer for Cannibal Corpse. I loved all death metal. That's extreme though. Some of it's a little too extreme for me, but I love death. Now hey, thanks, Chill Guy. He said we're still looking good. I appreciate that, Chill Guy.
Take a screenshot of that. Yeah, okay.
I know, right? Hey, but this is what this guy said.
I did want to say one thing about Ozzy, because obviously for those of us that were fans of Ozzy, it was a big loss, but I've been surprised at the amount of outpouring from people you wouldn't like. Pat Boone, right? Pat Boone was Ozzy's neighbor when they lived in LA during the time of the Osbournes.
Yeah.
And I've seen several interview clips with him where he's talking about how much he loved Ozzy and they were great neighbors and they talked all the time. And Donny Osmond sharing his interactions he'd had with Ozzy over the years. And I thought, that's crazy.
The coolest part about that is that it wasn't even just his music. I mean, he was always average. He's a great singer, but he was not the best. He was an average dude. Exactly. He knew how to compose a song. He knew how a song, he didn't even write his lyrics, but he knew how to compose the song, like put it all together. And like, no, put that there. Here, this should be there. And that's the cool part about Ozzy. But he helped everybody. Like there would be a lot of bands that we now listen to would not be around because of Ozzy. Motley Crue,
totally.
Metallica. I mean, Anthrax. I mean, the list goes on. All the people who played at his concert.
I just this morning, in fact, 10 minutes before we got on, I was just watching an interview clip with Don Airey. Don Airey, of course, the keyboard player. He wrote the Mr. Crowley intro. He toured with Ozzy for like 4 years. When I saw Ozzy in 82, Don Airey was in the band. But this was a clip from Trunk. And this is kind of surprising because we all know Bob Daisley wrote almost all the lyrics, right? Ozzy didn't really write lyrics. He didn't play an instrument. He plays harmonica on the Wizard, so he could kind of play harmonica, but he doesn't know music theory. He wouldn't know any. Right. And he would even talk about, I would go to Randy and I would say, he'd hum a melody, and then Randy would try and put together chords. But here's what Don Airey said. He said, no, Ozzy was not trained, right? He didn't have the technical training, and Airey's very accomplished classical.
Totally. Yeah. Right.
But he said, here's what Ozzy could do. He says Ozzy could come up with a melody like that, and he'd say, I could play him a chord progression, and he would write a melody instantly, just a beautiful melody that would go right over the top of it.
That was his talent.
That was his talent. And I think what you said, right? Mm-hmm. And how much is Ozzy and how much is Sharon, to be honest. But surrounding himself with some of the best musicians, Zach, Jake, Randy, obviously, Brad Gillis, all of these. Yeah, he did a lot. And just from the pop culture part of it, I mean, people that weren't heavy metal fans knew Ozzy, right? Because he had just become part of pop culture.
Ozzy.
Yeah, it's Ozzy.
Exactly. He bit the head off a bat. He's crazy. He's nuts. Yeah. I'm interested. Gripper, that's cool. He lives in the same county.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you live near Birmingham, I'm assuming.
Is it? Yeah, is that Birmingham? What's the county? Sheriff, that's the county.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Chill Guy's got something we'll share here too. But
then Bruce K, all aboard. The delay with it nailed it. It sure did.
Yeah. So let's see what Chill Guy says. Fun fact about Ozzy: he once tried to patent his own name, but in the process, he accidentally discovered someone had already filed a trademark for Ozzy Osbourne without his permission.
Well, that would be something. But I'm Ozzy. I'm the Prince of Darkness. Exactly. Not this blowhole.
That's funny. But it was, looking back, how grateful are all the fans that he had that one last show, literally a week and a half before he died.
You don't even know. I mean, watching him sing Mom, I'm Coming Home, which wasn't that great, as you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was having a rough time at the end there, or singing that song. But just looking at the crowd and the fans and the feeling I had on my couch was brutal. I was like, man, this is it. This is it. We're not going to hear him sing this ever again in our lives. And now I didn't know he was going to die 2 weeks later. Good Lord.
But here's something that made me feel really old. When I saw Ozzy in 1982, he was 34 years old.
Yeah. That's when I saw him, Bark at the Moon.
And I'm like, holy cow. I mean, you just don't realize the passage of time, how fast the time goes. It's crazy. So
he did No More Tears. That was his masterpiece, really.
That was
50,
what
right?
year was that?
It was like 50 something. 91.
Wow. 91. Okay.
So 40, 30.
And he was 76 when he died, right? 76?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So he was like 40 something and No More Tears.
With
like
No
late
More
40s.
Yeah. And here's the funny thing. No More Tours. Remember they called it the No More Tours tour? That was supposed to be the last tour.
I remember.
He's like, I'm 46, man. No one wants to see an old man up on stage.
And then all of a sudden,
yeah.
He's live at the Budokai.
Totally
crazy osmosis stuff, and then he coming out with Black Rain and God, what was the other ones? Don't Stop.
I'm just throwing this out. Pressure on Rich, on any of you all. Mysterious figure in Ozzy's career, and you can't even see the guy's face. Joe Holmes. Joe Holmes came in. He toured with Ozzy for like 3 tours, but never recorded an album. And then Zach came back at some point. But there's a period late 90s.
Yes.
Where Zach was
gone. Was osmosis.
Yeah.
That was
and
osmosis.
So this guy, I cannot find a thing out about Joe Holmes. Everyone talks about how he was a great player. Every clip you see, he's skinny and not wearing a shirt, and his hair literally hangs in his face. You can't even see what he looks like. Yeah. Never recorded an album, but he toured with Ozzy for like 3 or 4 years. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So we maybe should dig into that. So
probably some gardener somewhere.
Probably so.
Working at Mickey D's somewhere, chilling, playing the guitar in his free time. But Ozzy was the man, and it was great to see all of the fans come together across the world. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing it in the news now.
Yeah,
it's all over the news. But at first, you're like, "Wow, man! Wow!"
I can't think of. I mean, that's been one of the biggest. Seriously, I mean, you think back to when Michael Jackson, Elvis,
Prince,
but I think Ozzy's has been even bigger than Prince, to be honest, as far as the outpouring of, Joe Holmes, probably Buckethead. That could be, same build. Who knows? People thought Buckethead was Paul Gilbert too, by the way. They're not the same person, but anyways, that's interesting. And do we have anything else on your agenda? Or
no, not really. No, I think that's pretty much it. Yes, one more other thing. Movie plug. We talked about it. Spinal Tap Part
Spinal
2
Tap 2.
coming out at the end of this month.
The
What?
end. The end continues. That
Yes,
is-
the end continues.
Spinal Tap 2. The end continues.
But these ones go up to 11.
yeah.
But these ones go up to 11.
So I think I've shared this story. When we went to see Spinal Tap, it was me and the guys that I was in a band, a high school band. So we all knew what was going on. Well, we took a friend of ours, Bert. He wasn't into music. He was just our buddy. And he went, and we were literally like halfway through the movie. And he leans over to me and he says, "This isn't real, is it?" I said, no, it's the whole thing's a
I'll
spoof.
give him that. I'll give him that because the way the movie starts and it goes, you're kind of like
totally.
a documentary.
That
They
was
did a
the
great
whole
job with him.
the whole shtick, right? Yeah, they did a great
That
job.
was the cult
and-
classic out of it all. you
And
know?
by the way, that whole group of actors, A Mighty Wind, Best in Show. I mean, there's like 5 movies that it's all Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer. They're all great movies. One's about the folk music. Have you ever seen A Mighty Wind, Rich?
I haven't.
You got to watch it. It's like Spinal Tap with folk musicians. I mean,
Really?
but it's
okay.
hilarious. I mean, it is.
All
It's-
right, I'll check it out.
yeah.
I will check it out. Yeah.
But yeah, just I loved Spinal Tap. I have a few concerns that it will.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say one right now. I saw the clip of them with Elton John playing Stonehenge. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And it's okay, but I'm like, dude, seriously, Elton John playing with the heavy metal band. I'm like,
Yeah.
it almost seems like they just want to have cameos in it just to have cameos. And it's like,
Probably. And Elton
Yeah.
John, he did Ordinary Man with Ozzy, remember?
yes.
Ordinary
And this
Man
is not a critique on him at all. I get the
Oh
impression
no.
that they're
no.
trying to just, hey, let's put Elton in it and let's put Paul McCartney in it. Just, I don't know. And maybe it'll be great.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Well, I'll tell you what, Spinal Tap is not free anywhere, so you got to rent it right now. I was going to watch it last night just because. Yeah, but nope. You have to rent it $5.99. I was like, nah. I'll wait till the movie comes out and go see it.
Yeah.
But I hope it's just as good as Happy Gilmore Part 2. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I haven't seen it.
That is almost better than the first one.
Really?
I mean, literally.
Well, that's
'Cause
good.
It's got a family era to it. It's got a family atmosphere to it.
He's got
And all
kids.
his family's in it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I related to it all. And I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be like in Part 2 that just tapped on all the old jokes and everything. No. There's like a couple of the old things in there, but it's all new. It's hilarious. It'll have you dying. I mean,
I will
literally
have to
dying.
check that out for
You
sure.
have to.
So
It is a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up as Roger Ebert.
there you go. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Happy Gilmore 2.
Last thing I want to say is, I'm going to just plug the radio station, right?
Yes,
So,
Of course.
guys, if you already stream, okay, you already know how to listen to music on your phone, right? So all you got to do is, there's a couple ways to do it. You can just go to the website, classicguitarrock.net, and there's a button right there, CGR radio. Click on that button. You listen to it, wherever it's easy. Or you can download the Live 365 app. Then you have the actual app on your phone, and then you just set us as a favorite. Plus, there's a lot of other cool stations on Live 365, so you can listen to other stuff too. But and I'm biased. I'm awful close to it. But you know what's cool? Like when I drive I'm going to head to Montana today at 4:00, Rich. So I have a 3-hour drive. I will listen to classic guitar rock radio, and every time I listen, I'm like, man, this is a good playlist. This is good stuff. I mean,
It is, right? Yeah, I agree.
Man,
Hey, Bruce says he jams with CGR
nice.
with his guitar.
Look at that.
Right on, Bruce. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
I do the same thing.
Speaking of guitars,
There it is.
So
There it
I was
is.
playing some country music earlier. I always got a guitar within arm's reach because those boring conference calls you're on. I just
got
turn
my
off
amp
my
still in here.
camera, mute my mic, and then they ask me a question. I'm like, what? Could you repeat?
Well,
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I got my amping here, but I took my guitar back to my studio.
Oh,
I used to do the same thing. I'd just be jamming, making up songs, and then, oh, wait,
Oh, I got to talk now.
You
Okay.
gotta talk now, Jew. But yeah,
So-
hey, just to let everybody know too, if you download the app, that is better quality in the radio. I have talked to a lot of users out there for
Okay.
classic guitar rock that have listened to it online versus the app. The online cuts out sometimes and it drops off. So
the
getting
app
that,
is better.
the
Okay.
app is way better. It does
No.
not drop off because I downloaded the app and I told the guy, hey, just download the app and find Classic Guitar Rock Radio on the app because it doesn't cut out for me. It never has. And he wrote me back and said, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But
Yeah, totally. And to that point, Bruce says it's all about promoting the band name so that the owners of the music get more money from it. The way Live 365 works, just so you all know this, we have to pay for licensing for the music. And when you are listening on the app, you'll see it displays the name of the artist, picture of the album, and all of that. So artists obviously are getting paid, just like a regular radio station has to pay licensing and BMI and ASCAP and stuff. So yeah, when we go through a platform like Live 365, it's totally legit in terms of licensing. So artists are getting paid and all of that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But if you are not listening to Classic Guitar Rock Radio, please do go out and listen. Yeah. 40 hours a week. That's all we ask. We're not asking that much. Just listen.
Not much. Especially you remote people. If you're remote out there, you should have that playing right next to you like I do. Every time I'm in.
Okay, I completely missed what Bruce was talking about. He says he was referring to Elton John with metal bands. And to your point, that's a good point too, right?
True.
If having Elton John is going to put more eyes and ears. Elton John, you ever see the interview where Hetfield gets all teary-eyed when Elton's talking about how Something Else Matters, he thinks is one of the best songs ever, one of the most beautiful songs ever. And Hetfield's like in tears hearing Elton John say that.
Yeah, that's yep.
So
I would be. I mean, Elton John talking about your music. Yeah. I saw that dude in Mannheim, Germany. Do you know that?
Elton John?
Mannheim, Germany. Elton John.
Really?
At the Sap Arena. Yep. I took my wife for Christmas one year. And it was awesome.
I just want to say this about Rich. Rich can tell you awesome concert stories. He was in Europe, saw all kinds of shows. Plus, he's got a relative who's works with a lot of them.
Well, he used to. Yeah. Right now he's doing the Pokemon International Convention.
Was he like a lighting guy?
Yeah, he's a lighting director, and he actually toured. He's the one who brought me back the T-shirt, parking lot T-shirt for Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tours 2. He was on that tour, and he always used to say, "Man, Ozzy's just crazy, man. That dude's nuts," because he never did a sound check. He'd just come out and he'd be like, I don't want to effing do a sound check. I don't need no effing sound check. And he'd sit in the back, listen to the whole band play, and then just walk off. And he would not do it. But yeah, he brought me that show. That was when he fell or he had that accident and they canceled the No More Tours 2. Or was that the pandemic? Was that the pandemic?
I don't know.
It might have been the pandemic.
Probably the pandemic.
Yeah, it was because it was recent. It was No More Tours 2. And he brought me the parking lot shirt because all the merch stands closed down. And they got sent home. They canceled the tour and sent home. And that was the last time. That was it for Ozzy. That was it.
Wow. So that's a little piece of history. That's awesome.
Yeah. I still have the shirt in the drawer. But anyway.
Well, thanks so much for coming in, joining us. ClassicGuitarRock.net. You can get to the radio station, the podcast, and you can buy the T-shirt there. Did we mention the T-shirt? Yeah, you can get the T-shirt there too.
Get them. I got a whole box of them. Let's go.
There you go. All right.
I can print more too. You can order as many as you want.
That's right.
I can print 24 with a snap of a finger.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, guys. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Right. Have a good